I'm actually cool with it. What bothers me is the amount of money that it has literally made the seat prices go up for the new stadium. It's brutal. It's epically brutal at this moment. But we will talk more football later. I just wanted to share that because I knew it would set Andrew off. Shout out to Kelly King, who is checking out with us. Let's start with boxing news. Everybody asks, and this is why I do the live stream. How do you and Andrew do the news? Well, normally I go to my email and there's this big epic script based on what Andrew really wants to talk about. The secret to this show, for those of you that are boxing regulars, has nothing to do with me. It has to do with Andrew picking out stories that are relevant to all of you guys as fans. Because mostly, I know that most fights are shit, which is really kind of one of the premises of this show, is having somebody so passionately in love with boxing like Andrew, and somebody like me who is so cynical it's almost frightening. So this is the other big move that we always do. And shout out to boxingscene.com. You guys want to stay up to date. I don't know how you don't click and follow these guys. Really, literally, it makes no sense to me, Andrew, why everybody who has a Facebook or a Twitter feed is not following them. And then just get the updates in your timeline. That's what makes us look great. We just repost them, period. And then Andrew has a comment, and then I say something shitty. I mean, it's a simple formula to fight net radio. And those of you waiting to hear our epic bets, let me just say this. In 30 Super Bowls, I can't remember a Super Bowl I didn't make money. And the bet I've got, Andrew, is pretty epic. Plus 275, and it's about as good a bet as I think you can make.
All right.
All right, coming up. So here's how we normally do it when Andrew doesn't write a script. That means I scroll through the posts of the last couple of days and try to give you guys an update. No, we don't have a Kovalev update if you're listening to this on Sunday because it hasn't started. Hence why I keep dropping back into the ESPN telecast. Let's start off with Teofimo Lopez, to you and Javier and Kelly and everybody who's here. He has made the news all week, Andrew. I'm just fascinated with him, with his whole I feel like a champ without a title bullshit that he's doing. And I'm just going to double check because it's in the first line, right? He is still just 11-0 with 9 KOs, right?
Yes, sir. You're saying he's a little too confidently.
Why am I looking at him all week? I mean,
well, definitely he got prospect of the year last year, in boxing. So he's hot right now. He's under Top Rank. We know how Top Rank pushes these guys up. They've got a lot of connects like this, so they can make a star overnight. My thing is, do you really want someone who's 11-0 saying he already feels like the champ? Hopefully he stays humble. He stays hungry. You know, don't turn into who's a young man we just seen last week put in a
right? Him.
You know, Keith Thurman. Once you start talking, you know, I'm this, I'm that, you know, sometimes the fire just isn't burning as hard as it was before. So I don't like the comment, but I am very interested. Tonight, we will see where Teofimo Lopez is going up against Diego Magdaleno. That is a good gatekeeper. He's a good contender, world title contender. So I like this fight. This is actually, for me, this is the fight of the night because of how, like you said, how much Teofimo Lopez is getting looked at as one of the new rising stars.
Literally, he was all over the news this week. And I get that he fights tonight, and I get that they stepped up the press on it. But he's going to go into the ring with the guy that's going to take him a legit 12 rounds. Okay, I'm not a big Diego Magdaleno fan, all right? That's not what I'm here to give love about. And I'm not here to even shit on Teofimo Lopez, right? You're going to go against a guy who's literally fought 3 times as many guys as you. Like, literally. I mean, he can't. I get that Bob cherry-picked this fight to make him look great, but I also realize Bob is smart enough to give him, a journeyman that'll take him deep water.
Oh, that's what we're going to see. Yeah, I don't know who he.
Based on the photos, nobody's in Frisco yet.
Oh, they never are. Yeah, they never are for these fights. These are usually showcase fights in the beginning. This one's actually been pretty competitive here. the Russian isn't just walking him down. Days staying behind a good game plan here. He's been boxing the whole time.
We were talking about it before we started. And wait, we have somebody from ringside.
Andrew.
Hey, how's it going, Bob? You're already ringside, huh? You got there early.
Yeah. I'm just calling it. These little bastards fight really hard for a green card, don't they?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, I'd really consider, doing it with women, but I think that's illegal. If you do it with boxers, it apparently is legal.
I got nothing.
Bob is in the house, Kelly King.
I got nothing.
I don't know if Oscar's in the house yet, because Oscar's a lot harder, and I feel dirty and slightly racist when I do Oscar. Bob's the only one you can do because nobody cares. I can't do Al Heyman. I can't do Mayweather. I can't do any of those because I'm white and hashtag me too, hashtag somebody's life matters. And to be perfectly honest, nobody gives a shit about Bob, and I can goof on him all day. Plus, he's so near death. Who cares, really? I mean, let's be brutally honest. I mean, he's 180 years old. Okay, that's Teofimo Lopez. He's going on later tonight. Big shout out to the ESPN Plus app that everybody who's watching this is probably overpaying for. Let's talk about the heavyweight saga for a brief moment. That's been going on this week as well. Recent post by Boxing Scene. Dillian White says now the Joshua fight is dead. Just as of 3 hours ago, it's 5:23 Pacific time. So sometime on Saturday today, this fight was officially ruled dead, Andrew. Get it? I mean, all week, this was the fight they were making.
Yes, and then at the very end, it seems the PBC offered Dillian White a game plan that is much...
There we go.
What happened?
No, I meant the BBC.
Yes.
This would be where I insert my Al Heyman.
Well, I mean, let me tell you, Lee, look at who they have them fighting first for the PBC. It's the WBC mandatory, who's been mandatory for years, Dominic Brazil. Lot easier opponent than Anthony Joshua, who you've already been stopped by once. They were only offering him $4 million, and I know I say that like it sounds like it's not good money. It is great money for a fighter like Dillian White, but he didn't want it. He gets to fight Dominic Brazil. He will be the favorite going into that fight. Then you lines him up for obviously the Deontay Wilder fight after that. So the path to more money was a little bit easier on the PBC side. It always is.
Yeah, but that's the bullshit of boxing, right?
I know.
Now we're officially in the official bullshit. You have a chance to beat the man, right? We can all dance around this and say that the lineal...
Lee, this is why we need to get on Dillian White, though, correct? Everyone should be pulling Dillian White's card right now. We know what he's doing here.
He's taking a money play.
That's what it seems like to me. $4 million to fight the undisputed champ. That used to be big in boxing, right? Guys like Dillian White used to cry about moments like these phone calls that they would get. $4 million and a shot at the undisputed heavyweight champion. Nah, I'll pass. I'm going to go fight this fucking paper champ that everyone clearly says is delusional, didn't win his last fight. The lesser of the three opponents. I'm going to go with that company. We've been saying it for a long time.
Look, and that's the PBC really stands for, right? Make fighters more money without fighting. I mean, that's what those three letters stand for. Now, they might mean Premier Boxing Champions, but the reality, PBC actually translates from whatever fucking language they speak at the PBC to
it's really
you don't have to fight. We're going to give you money. That's all there is to it. We're just going to milk the general audience who's too stupid to know that they're not getting real championship fights.
Yeah, no, I mean, Lee, this is make Al more money. You see, with his, if Dillian White is already, let's say he is worth $4 million. So PBC will pay him 5 or 6, right? They always overpay. And they're going to pay Deontay or Breezel another 2 to 3, or at least Breezel will get $2 to $3 million. And Al Heyman will take a cut out of both and send them both down the river. He's constantly double ending these deals. We don't know what money he's making on the back end of these contracts. We know he's paying his fighters good on paper, but we don't know what a percentage that they're taking from them after the fight. So we won't know this. Like I said, Lee, many years, we will not know until these guys aren't making money anymore and they start going, hey, wait a minute, I made so much money in my career. Why don't I have it right now? Oh, you don't remember he was taking 25, 30% from you after every fight? Like, we're going to hear these stories come out. But yes, it seems Dillian Whyte has punked out of the sport of boxing. He would like to be an entertainer and just fight bums for $1 million on the PBC.
There you go.
That's all the PBC is. It's entertainment. They've told us before they're not looking to make
right. No. Hey, look. What's his name? The kid from the Rocky movie, right?
I mean, Lee, seriously.
The heavyweight. Even he said it during his prime that, nobody cares whether or not I fight for the title. They care to see me fight. They care about the entertainment. I get it. I'm not stupid, but it's still shitty.
Well, it's shitty for us fans. It's not dumb for these guys, right? Hopefully they're doing good with their little $1 million payouts and they won't go broke. But when you live like Adrian Broner, when you're trying to live like Floyd Mayweather and you're only making $1 million, not $120 million a fight, you will be broke. A lot of these guys are going to end up bankrupt because of the way they're spending their money right now. And they haven't tapped out. None of these guys have tapped out on pay-per-view yet. All the undefeated stars that Mr. Al Heyman got, none of them have tapped out in the market of boxing so far under him. Yes, they've been paid good. Yes, you could say that, oh, man, he made $2 million to fight that guy. Wow, that's awesome. That's not Floyd Mayweather money. And I thought that's why you signed with Al Heyman, because he made Floyd Mayweather, so you thought you were going to be the next Floyd? When the fuck's he coming? Dillian Whyte is not the next Floyd Mayweather. Dillian Whyte punked out of the Anthony Joshua fight, went over to hide behind Al Heyman's skirt now.
Andrew,
I mean,
check it out.
Lee, hold on. Let me get this out real fast, Bob. This guy was hot, right? It's the hottest in his career. He had probably the knockout of the year, one of the best knockouts at the end of the year. That's what you want to follow it up with. Dominic Breazeale.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Look, he's the heavyweight Jesse Vargas. I mean, that's what he's going to become. Everybody should look at one roadmap. I'm in Monterey Park buying Chevys for my family. That's the kind of money I'm getting from the PBC. I mean, that's the game. That's the game. They all want the bling. They all want the cash. They all want to travel all over the world. And they don't really want to fight. And hey, don't get me wrong. Fighting sucks. Boxing is a hard sport. You should cash in. I'm not saying that. But doesn't anybody want to step up and be the champion?
Yeah. No, aren't we prize fighters? Yes, you want the biggest money, but I thought you were supposed to be out there to prove you're the best in the world.
Right.
That was the drive getting in.
That just doesn't happen.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Now everything's about ticket sales, how much you're going to give me. And I understand all that, people. Don't get me wrong. But we know what the PBC is doing, that we can't be stupid to this anymore. They are not looking to fight. Like Lee's been shoving it down my damn throat. They are not looking to fight anyone else. They want to keep it in their own stable. They're giving us fights that we do not want to see. Matchups that are, they're good, right? Yeah, it's a decent matchup. Broner Pacquiao, decent matchup. But not the actual matchup we wanted to see. It's always and it's been like that since Floyd. Sorry, he did the same thing with Floyd Mayweather. We bought it, we ate it, and now that we have a whole generation of guys wanting to be just like Floyd Mayweather.
Tonight, Sergey Kovalev is fighting that dude that beat him. I mean, everybody seems to beat him right now, but I'm just being a dick about it. So Alvarez Kovalev is
Alvarez, yeah.
Yeah, it's at midnight East Coast time, which is inconceivable, Andrew.
I didn't even believe you when you told me that.
I had to fucking look at I went to Frisco, Texas, to the actual event page because I couldn't believe it. Like I actually got on Siri and said, "Hey, what's the time difference